3 questions. So, well, at this stage, or perhaps more, let me read through a couple, and then maybe you can answer as we go. From Anita, we have a question. It seems like a precursor for fruitful engagement is students feeling that the teacher is worth giving their attention to. How do you win over skeptical students, or how did you before your reputation grew? Actually, let me leave it at that, and then I'll move on to I think it's easier if we do one question at a time.
Sure. Great question, Anita. And I've had the privilege of teaching not only at the elementary school level, but at the middle school and high school level with struggling kids in the inner city of Los Angeles. And when they come to you as middle schoolers and high schoolers, they not only come to you low, but they come to you angry. So when you're working with middle school and high school students, especially who have fallen behind in math, there's a lot of cheerleading that goes on. Just as you say, it's a matter of gaining their trust, because in the past, math has been out to get them, and they feel like by you teaching them math, you're out to get them as well. So a lot of it is building that trust and being a cheerleader, and it takes some time. It's a lot easier when you're able to do it at the younger levels, but it does take some time. But if you keep it up, when they do start to trust you, then it does yield a lot of great results. And one of my favorite experiences was when I was helping teach a 9th grade algebra class. These were students in a tutorial class who had failed algebra at their previous middle schools. And one of the students, Ashley, we were working on some of these lessons, and she wasn't getting it. And she would say to me, "Dr. Palisoc, I'm dumb." And I'd say to her, "No, Ashley, you're not dumb. You just need practice." So sure enough, a couple of weeks later, she kept practicing at it, and she started to get it. So she says to me, "Dr. Palisoc, I was dumb." And I said, "No, Ashley, you are never dumb. All you needed was practice." And a couple of weeks later, I remember going back into the classroom, and the students were supposed to be independently working on their lessons. And I looked over to her, and she had a reading book, a chapter book that she was reading instead of doing her math work. And I said, "Ashley, did you finish your work?" And she said, "Uh-huh," without even looking up from her book. And I said, "Did you get everything correct?" And she's all, "Uh-huh." And I said, "How do you know? Because I never gave you the answer key to check your work." And she goes, "Dr. Palisoc, I don't need a piece of paper to tell me that I'm right." So I just love that transformation of that student to go from someone who had no self-confidence in herself and was frustrated with math, slowly gaining their trust and being a cheerleader for them, and then having her declare that she believes in herself more than she believes in a piece of paper was one of the most gratifying moments for me that I still remember many years later.
Lovely story. That's what we all aspire to change students' frame of mind. Anita, you've got your camera on.
Just to say thank you. That was excellent. Thanks.
Thank you, Nidia.